Hello. So I am making a video to go over my process um, with creating these two pieces of jewelry for my final in Hakomi. Um, the earrings I made with the sensitive character strategy in mind, more of the sensitive emotional than sensitive withdrawn, but still can be really great for someone who resonates more with the sensitive withdrawn. And then this body chain, which is for the burdened enduring. And I'm going to start with the sensitive emotional and kind of just like show you as I'm describing the process. So the sensitive emotional character strategy, they need safety. They feel like they don't belong, like something is wrong with them. They can be very imaginative, but also can feel very anxious, and can isolate sometimes. Sometimes they feel like the withdrawn is more prone to isolation, where the sensitive emotional may like struggle to actually be alone. And yeah, they can be reserved and alienate. And sometimes a missing experience for sensitive emotional, actually for both of these character strategies, is like play and having fun. So in these earrings here, these two stones here are lepidolite, which is a really great calming, soothing stone. It's really great. It's like very balancing, very calming. It can like help people heal from like emotional overdrive. It can aid in like overwhelm and anxiety, and which is traits that people who experience the sensitive character strategy may feel. And then the rest of the purple stones here on the sides are amethyst. And amethyst is great for a lot of things. And I put them in these earrings because within like the integration that a Hakomi therapist would weave in when working with someone with sensitive character strategy is to help them discern when the world is welcoming and when the world is unsafe. And just like having more of that discernment instead of like the naivety that like it's always safe. And yeah, amethyst can also like really protect against stress and anxiety. It can also help ground and center sensitive people, which promotes like an emotional stability and a sense of safety. And it also really helps with and like going back to what I mentioned at the beginning, talking about amethyst, it really helps with like intuition and giving clarity with discernment. And then this stone here, right here, is citrine. It's like, maybe you can kind of see it, but it's like cute little yellow stone, one of my favorite stones. And citrine promotes joy and play, and like I said earlier, like a missing experience for the sensitive character strategy could be joy and play. And also yellow citrine helps with confidence, and which I thought was like really great for like giving, because it's like the sensitive strategy character strategy kind of like believes that like something's wrong with them, and the yellow citrine can help them like give confidence in their discernment. And then these 4 stones here are rose quartz, very common stone. Everyone probably knows what rose quartz is good for. I put rose quartz in here because a missing experience for the sensitive character strategy is like warm, appreciative contact. And I feel like rose quartz is kind of like this warm, appreciative hug. And it like really, it's very loving. And also it really helps cultivate self-love. So for like that, again, that story of like, oh, something's wrong with me. I don't belong. It's like how we can like, the stone like can really help bring that loving energy, helping them love themselves and accept themselves. And it also is a great stone to encourage a sense of belonging. And then up here, these are moonstone. And for the sensitive character strategy, a basic uncertainty is whether one is welcome and belongs, and moonstone, like rose quartz, encourages a sense of belonging and can also promote emotional stability. Also, I feel like moonstone is a very feminine stone, so and like I don't know, I feel like ocean energy with her. And also I put this seashell at the bottom, and I kind of just like brought in that energy because these two can like hold that symbolism of the ocean, and this is kind of like the moon, full moon or new moon, and like I don't know if you're familiar with blue therapy or like ocean therapy, just like the calming and like the scientific benefits of like the soothing and nourishment of the ocean and of like blue spaces, and especially for sensitive people. So yeah, I just kind of threw that in there. And yeah, these are the earrings that I made. And now we're gonna move on to burden enduring. So I'm gonna stand up for this one. I might like bend down and like to like show the stones in some places. So for the burden enduring character strategy, a child must, it's like an experience where the child has to submit their freedom. They have to sacrifice their freedom and their will for closeness, and they can perpetually endure suffering and feel the need to sacrifice to get what they need. If they say no, they may believe that they won't be loved, and but they also can be very like loyal, very attuned to other people's needs, very steady. They can struggle with procrastination, and I don't know if I said this one or not already, but like they can have a challenge with expressing their will. So the stone that like really stood out for me in this character strategy was Amazonite, because Amazonite is it's like really helpful for boundaries, authentic expression, clear communication. And there's this core belief: if I express my true feelings, I'll lose the ones I love. And also, like, as a practitioner who's working with someone with this burdened character strategy, piece of it of integration that a practitioner may work with someone with this character strategy with is like helping them express themselves, setting boundaries, and speaking their truth. And a missing experience for them is like freedom to be themselves, and this is like a stone that really encourages that. So let's see here. This one here is Amazonite, and I intentionally put it here at the throat chakra because the throat chakra also is like expression, our voices. And then these smaller beads are also Amazonite. And then I also placed these two are Amazonite, and then this one is Amazonite. And I kind of like linked these. You know, my vision was like, okay, have something that's going down the heart because burden enduring, you know, there's a lot of like heart healing that they may have to move through. Their heart hurts from not being, you know, accepted unconditionally, you know, as a experience that could be a missing experience for them. And so I really like the idea of connecting these and just like that authentic expression and like moving that up through the heart. And yeah, so another stone that I added to the body chain was Prehnite. And Prehnite connects the heart with willpower, and it helps to awaken and strengthen heart-centered self-discipline, and it also helps heal the heart and the solar plexus. And you know, this character strategy can delay, they can avoid responsibility, and a missing experience for them is that they're hurt in the heart, and also can struggle exercising their will, and that's a good like integrative practice for those with this character strategy. And the Prehnite are these little like they're like green, and they have these like little specks in them. Let's see here, Prehnite, and then, yep, these are Prehnite, and yeah. And then another stone that I added in is rose quartz. So these little rectangular stones are rose quartz. Rose quartz is really great for heart healing and self-love and acceptance. Again, with like that hurt that can be happening in the heart of this character strategy, can be really can be nourished with rose quartz. And then this was another one that I really resonated with putting in this piece was rhodonite. And rhodonite is it's like this like dark pink. Let's see here, there's one here, and they're also down here, and there's these right here that also have them. And rhodonite can be referred to sometimes as the rescue stone. It's believed to help release and express pent-up emotions like anger and anxiety. And sometimes the burden enduring can be passive aggressive, and so I felt like this was like a really great stone to help express those like pent-up energies in a good way, and or like in a regulated way. And it also is said to facilitate understanding, like helping one understand their gifts and foster a sense of self-worth and well-being, which can really help with the procrastination as well as building their self-worth, which is another really great integrative practice for those with this character strategy. And then I added in garnet, kind of last minute. And these little ones here are garnet. They're like little chips. And garnet's energy is often linked to like a spark that like lights an inner fire. And it can stimulate passion as well as forward momentum. Again, with like that, delaying and procrastination. Garnet is good for like so many things, but this is one of the things that it's good for. Um, it can be supportive whether you're like tackling a daunting project or, just hoping to like reignite positivity after a tough patch. And this character strategy can be like really pessimistic as well. So yeah, I thought that would be a good stone for that. Garnet's energy can offer a steadfast push towards transformation. Some people find it helpful to anchor them during periods of burnout, and also can like help remind someone of like life's inherent vibrancy, and is known to also bring out the inner child, which play can be a missing experience for the burden enduring character strategy. And then also one I kind of added last minute was Ocean Jasper. And let's see here. Did I put some? Yes, so these are Ocean Jasper and these are Ocean Jasper. And then that's the Ocean Jasper. And Ocean Jasper is a very calming stone. It can help relieve stress and fatigue and tension in the body. And, the burden enduring, they're like taking on all this weight and they're like, can be like mopey and like, hold that like tension. They're like holding the burden. And so I felt like Ocean Jasper could be supportive for like the posture of someone who really takes on the posture of this character strategy. And then I also added pearls. So, and these are Tahitian Black Sea pearls. So there's there's this one here, and there's these. These are really beautiful, actually. I really love these pearls. And I love pearls. And pearls, the process of creating a pearl involves hardship. And, it's like as the oyster must protect itself from the irritants by transforming the irritant into something beautiful. And I just like really loved the symbolism that pearls hold with the experience of the burden enduring. So yeah, I added some pearl in, and it just like makes it look very elegant. And then I also added in last minute. Added a couple stones last minute. This one is rather complex, but I added citrine in along with garnet, that can kind of help bring out the inner child. Citrine, as mentioned, and like describing it in the earrings, it is, can help with play and having fun and joy, and which is just really great medicine for people who are carrying this character strategy or resonating with this character strategy. And yeah, this is the burden enduring piece of joy that I made, and just like a cool little thing that I did, is I added an extra little thing here, so it can basically tighten. So it can lay like this. It basically just depending on the outfit. So it's a little more versatile. Like this one looks better loose. but in like certain dresses, it might look good for it to kind of be closer to the under boob, or like if you're wearing a swimsuit. So, yeah, kind of added that in. And yeah, that is my final project. Thank you for watching my video, and